So how exactly did Trump improve the economy and make it better? Coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logic Reason, and as always, thank y'all for joining me today. A very common thing that you find in the world of politics is the my guy bias. That, well, if my guy wins, everything that goes right, well, it's because of his policy. If anything goes wrong, it's because what the guy before him did. And this is common with both, with both the left and the right. Now we see this mostly with the left, though, no doubt about it. Under Barack Obama, they were blaming Bush for everything well into Barack Obama's second term, right? And then these were the same hypocrites when people brought up Barack Obama. First thing they would say, well, Obama's not in office because Trump is in office, so don't bring up Obama. Again, these people are hypocrites to the damn core, right? Now, when people say, bring up something that Trump did for the economy that's good, the first thing the leftists will say, well, it was Barack Obama's policy. It started getting better under Barack Obama. Then you ask them, okay, so what exactly did Barack Obama do? You point out the policy that Barack Obama did that caused everything to get better. And of course, you don't even hear crickets because crickets are waiting on the answer. They can't respond, of course, because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Then they'll ask you, well, what exactly did Trump do to make the economy better? And, well, this is the video for you. So what exactly did Trump do? Well, he did the number one and number two things that we know that historically and statistically speaking, we know that reduces economy, that improves economies. He reduced taxes. Number one, reduce taxes. Number two, reduce regulation. Now, when did he reduce taxes? Well, Trump, back in, well, I think it was 2017, he basically reduced taxes, the corporate income taxes, dropped it from 35% to 21%. Now, people would say, well, this is just tax cuts for the greedy rich people. You hear that nonsense. Well, let's talk about the tax cuts to the greedy rich people. First of all, the majority of corporations in America are not multinational. So whatever happens in this country, policy-wise, they have to deal with. When taxes go up, they have to pay those taxes. They can't run to another country to do that like the multinationals. So they're the ones that greatly benefit from tax reduction, as well as everybody, because when you reduce taxes, then you make your place, your nation, your state, whatever it is, your city, a haven for people to want to run to save money. If you charge them less taxation, you'll look at your nation or wherever area it is as a viable place to go to, right? Just ask California. Ask yourself, why is California losing a lot of businesses? There's so many businesses are leaving California and going to greener pastures, most notably Texas and Arizona. Why? Because of less taxation. And what is California going to be left with? Well, they're going to be left with the mega rich people and the superstars and extremely poor. So who are they going to tax to pay for all these poor people? And this is exactly what happens when you raise taxes. Now, prior to Trump, we had, a 35% corporate income tax, and we had one of the highest corporate income tax in the world. Now, that's one of the reasons responsible for why so many businesses left this country, or so much manufacturing left this country and went overseas because of high taxation. Well, he reduced it to something that's very competitive to most countries, if not cheaper than most countries. And he forced China to have to reduce their taxes. Okay? But it had great benefits upon America. What we see businesses, as I've always said, that businesses are the engine that drives the economy, and money is the fuel that they run on. Give them more fuel, and they can drive longer. The number two thing that Trump did was he reduced taxation. Now, he enacted that his executive order was 13,771, which reduced ridiculous nonsense regulation. And we know one of the biggest problems that I often hear CEOs and business owners complain about when it comes to going overseas for your services is regulation. Most people don't complain about the salaries or high salaries of American citizens, because one thing they often say is that Americans are so productive that they can overcome the high salaries, but it's an overburden regulation. And it doesn't mean we don't care about the environment. Let's just throw the environment out the window. That's ridiculous. But you don't want overburdened, ridiculous regulation. Perfect example I gave in the past was there was a painter who was a painter who painted homes, commercial, whatever, and he ran into the limbo between OSHA and the EPA. If the EPA says if you paint on grass surfaces, you have to lay down a tarp, right? And OSHA says if you use a ladder, you can't have a tarp down. So, OSHA being work safety. So if you painting on the second storage over grass, you can either violate the OSHA rules and put the tarp down so you can comply with the EPA, or you violate the EPA rules and don't put the tarp down to apply with OSHA. Again, it's just overburden, restriction, and regulation, and then more regulation just equals more expense. So if you just remove nonsense burdening regulation that's ridiculous, then you save companies money, and again, you put more fuel or give more fuel to the engine. Again, this is what Donald Trump did to make the economy better. So we can point to what he did, something that's factual and something we can give you the historical context of what it meant and what it does. They can't do that with Barack Obama. It's just mostly, as you say, the my guy bias. Anyway, liberal leftists will still disagree. You can't. Some people you just can't tell them anything. I've done it before. I've given people facts, logic, and reason, and they just want to believe what they want to believe. But anyway, if you're wondering exactly what did Trump do to make the economy better, to reduce unemployment, he did the number one and number two things that we know that improve the economy. Number one, reduce taxation. Number two, remove overburden regulation. But anyway, y'all, that's just my little 2 cents on this particular topic. And as always, thank y'all for watching.